What's going on, everybody? Josh Engleman here for Stokastic.com, back with the process for Friday, July 15th. Be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you know when everything goes live. Follow me on Twitter at Josh Engleman, and then head on over to PrizePicks. You see the banner at the top of the screen. You see it at the bottom of the screen, too. If you sign up at PrizePicks using the promo code Awesemo, AWESEMO, you will get a $100 match deposit bonus, or up to $100 at least. You put in 50, they only give you 50. It's not like you give them $1, you get 100. That's not the case here. But if you put in 100, they will match with 100. Take advantage of that offer, everybody. Free money's the best, and we've got plenty of tools at Stokastic.com that will help you out at PrizePicks. So thank you, PrizePicks, for being the sponsor here. Now, we're going to take a quick look at results yesterday from baseball, and then we're going to take a quick look at the contests for baseball, which aren't all that different than they were 2 days ago. Not a lot going on. We're sweating some golf right now. We need Will Zalatoris to make sure he makes the cut, sitting on the cut line right now. A little scary, but yesterday was like your typical standard issue MLB day. Got to 392nd. That's a top 2% lineup. A couple more in the top 2% here at 446, 469. They're just like nothing really broke free. Highest lineup here we could take a look at was Burns and McKenzie. So we got 73 of our fantasy points there, but only Lux, Devers, and Seager got into the double digits here. It's just like a mild bad beat. I'm happy to have Kirk, Pasquantino, happy to have Eddie Rosario in the 5-hole, good. Sheets in the 5-hole, good. Stephen Kwan owned at 12%. Like Eddie Rosario was at 16. Kirk was at 14. That's just a tough beat for that lineup. I'm happy with it. Getting to 145, not all that problematic. As we look at my FC projections, 115 to 126 as my top lineups. If we hop over to the relay throw, take a look at Adams, we get 115 to 125, basically the same. If we look at aggregate ownership, 150 to 174 from Adam. And on my end, 150 to 160-ish, a little bit lighter. I have a sneaky suspicion we were a little bit lower owned. We had one at 79. That's kind of wild. But basically, 107 to 119 on the low end for ownership. On the Adams side, much, much lower. Basically, didn't have... all of my lineups were basically more owned at the bottom than Adam. So I'm okay with that. I don't think that I needed to get too far away given the structure of not stacking. I mean, you can see some of these lineups. That number one lineup that I have in terms of results, no stack whatsoever. That is a completely unstacked lineup. Blue Jays, Royals, Dodgers, Red Sox, Rangers, Braves, White Sox, and Guardians. Clean across the board, no stack. I'm happy with it. There's one thing that I think is a little off for me, and that's what I'm going to dig into now so you guys can see it. I have been conscious of being pretty concentrated at pitcher to the best possible options, and I think that's the right idea. I don't need to get too far down the list. I do, however, think that I'm a bit too concentrated at pitcher, and I'll detail it here because I loved Tristan McKenzie, and I thought he was underrepresented yesterday. I had 80% Burns, 80% Carlos Rodon yesterday, which was fine, but at the same time, I feel like I should have had a bit more Tristan McKenzie. I feel like these numbers coming down to like 60 is more correct, and that allows me to get to more McKenzie, more Gossman, and in particular, Framber Valdez, who I liked a little bit more than what I saw for ownership. It's not like that worked out. It wouldn't have changed anything for me. I just think I'm going a little bit too aggressive on those top two arms. And if I could just take out, if this goes to 60, this goes to 60, that frees up 40 additional percent where I can get McKenzie to 25 to 30, Gossman to 15 to 20, Framber Valdez to 15 to 20. And I think that just gives me a couple extra outs. So today and over the weekend, heading through the All-Star break, I'm going to pay close attention to this, run some tests, try to flatten out pitcher just a little bit. Like, I'm not trying to get to the pay down options of like Anibal Sanchez or something like that, or trying to go to like Sonny Gray or Martin Perez. Like, those aren't the ranges I'm looking for. I still want the highest end arms, but I don't think it was as clear yesterday that I should have been so concentrated. So that is something that I want to pay attention to as we move forward. Let's see. Who was my best option yesterday? Or who was my best where was I concentrated? Let's take the pitchers back out of there. Just look at hitters. I just want to see what I actually hit on. Highest exposed hitter was Matt Olson, 22%. Fine. Had 14 fantasy points, but of the guys that really broke free, 20 or more fantasy points, the most I had of any of those guys was 4%. So it was always going to be tough. Best guy that I had in double digits of exposure was Matt Chapman, who got to 14 fantasy points. Not a lot of super high scoring. Didn't have enough Lou Bob for sure, who got to 30. But I'm okay with it. I'm happy with the no stacking right now. If I'm honest, at the end of July, I'm probably going to switch to stacking. I'm not enjoying not stacking because I don't feel like it's helping me from a content perspective. And I don't think that I'm seeing just an unmistakable edge. And I think that we could really smack baseball around for August and September. So I'm expecting to end this sample at the end, but I do think there's something there. I think it can be played this way. I just don't know if there's any sort of real appeal for it. So that's where I stand for stacking. Hit the like button if you haven't done it yet. If we look at today's contests, it's really just the same stuff we normally see. So as I make this bigger for you guys, the last we looked at content, we didn't look at MLB contests yesterday. We did today, obviously, but yesterday, on Wednesday, the batter's eye, 80K up top, same contest. The relay throw, 250K prize pool, same size contest. The knuckleball was at 10. It's up to 15 today. Looks exceptional. So if you can max the knuckleball at $535, it's not a true 150 max. It's 107. That's enough to hit 3% of the entries. I like the idea of getting into the knuckleball. The four-seamer was 30K on Wednesday. It's up to 40K for today. That looks fine. The mini max is interesting. I actually shouldn't have sorted that. It's easier to look at right now. Look at the two mini maxes today. This is not something we normally see. Same size contest. 35,671 entries for both. Double the prize pool in the more expensive version of this contest. But 43% of the prize pool goes to the $1 mini max top 1%. 36% goes to the top 1% in the 50 cent. I greatly prefer the $1 mini max to the 50 cent mini max. Unfortunately for me, I would likely be getting into the 50 cent mini max. I'm not playing tonight. I'm going to go out since I'm heading to Chicago tomorrow morning. I'm going to go out and get maybe like a little cocktail with the wife or something along those lines. Maybe some charcuterie, perhaps some assorted meats and cheeses. It's going to be a good thing. I'm ready to just dive into multiple days of seeing the rest of the Stokastic boys. But so for now, my recommendations are this. If you've got the 2K to enter these things, get in the relay throw. If you've got the $535, get into the knuckleball, but be ready because it's going to be very, very difficult. The four-seamer, as usual, looks great today. $4 to get in for one entry. You obviously want all 20 entries. It's a 20 max. $80, 0.17% of the field when you max it. So you got a really decent shot to get yourself into that top 1%. 37 times your buy-in if you get a 1% lineup on average. That is where I want to be today. And that's all we've got. Done with the process for now. Probably done with the process until Thursday of next week. I'm not entirely sure. I haven't hashed this out yet, but no baseball Monday, no baseball Tuesday. We'll probably do one on Tuesday morning for golf for Thursday. But this is going to be it for a couple days because we've got the MLB All-Star break coming up Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. So enjoy your weekend. Everybody have some fun. Good luck for everything you do tonight. And that's going to be it for me. Thank you guys. Peace out. Go to PrizePicks, all that good stuff. Like button. I don't know what else to say. Adios.